I welcome you in GWS on UFM Radio, the only wrestling show.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wallah.
Yeah, wallah.
Okay, I believe you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
At the beginning, I want to ask you, who's Mansour before WWE?
Mansour before WWE was a man or a man-child living in a very, very broken down apartment, wrestling for $20, driving 4, 5, 6 hours, sometimes making more if I work really hard, because he loved wrestling. And because more than anything else, he wanted to prove that he could be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And no matter where I had to go, no matter how many people I had to do it in front of, I was going to prove that. My goal was to make a living off of wrestling, so that all I had to worry about was becoming the best. I didn't have to worry about a job. I didn't have to worry about, making macaroni and cheese in the microwave. I could just focus on wrestling. And being in WWE finally gave me that chance.
Last year in Jeddah is where you start with WWE and the tryouts.
Yes.
And today you are coming as NXT SuperStar. Yeah? What do you feel about that?
I'm so proud to be a part of NXT. I remember when I was in high school and NXT first started, and I got to watch the future stars. The man who's carrying the Universal Championship right now was an NXT champion. I want to be an NXT champion, and then I want to be a Universal champion. I want to be a WWE champion. But I want to perfect my craft, and I want to be a part of something big, something that is growing every single day, like NXT. Every takeover, it's like a new stage in the journey for NXT. And that's something that I really want to be a part of and be proud of.
About Seth Rollins, people are like, they say, your face is same his face, and your body, it is a dream. It's like a dream match, like.
Whoa! And do they also talk about Mustafa Ali?
Also Mustafa Ali, of course.
Yeah.
I think Seth more,
Yeah, that's true. I'll say this. I'll say this about Seth Rollins. People don't really know how much Seth has changed WWE and helped for guys like me to come through. The way that he wrestles, his style, his speed, his agility, the way his matches are. It's the kind of stuff that I aspire to be. He's honestly, he's an inspiration, which is gonna make it all the more sweet when I wrestle and I beat him.
You're gonna beat them.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Next question. So, how do you feel to present the whole kingdom of Saudi Arabia in WWE?
What I want more than anything else is for every man, woman, child, girl, boy watching the show, whether it's on TV or it's in the arena, which still has tickets available, by the way, so you can still be there. I want everybody there watching who wants to do this to see me in there and think, yeah, I can do this. That's what I want. More than representing the kingdom, I want to represent every single Saudi who dreams of being a WWE superstar.
We're proud of you, Mansour. We're proud. At your first match in NXT TV, you lost.
Oh, I lost big time. I lost Jackson Riker.
But then you came back to get your victory.
I did.
What are you looking for to accomplish in NXT?
NXT has some of the best wrestlers in the world. And the only way I'm going to become the best is to beat the best, to face the best, to be challenged. Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Bebe, Shane Thorne, guys I look up to. Kyle O'Reilly, who's one of my favorite wrestlers, by the way, an amazing person and an amazing athlete. All these guys who I looked up to, and now I'm co-workers with, and now I'm looking at like, hey, I kind of want to beat you up, but just so that I can get that taste of greatness. You know what I mean? I want to be in the position they're in. I want to be seen the same way that I see them, because I want to be the best.
Trust me, you will be the best. Any last? Oh, before I have two questions more. Yeah. What is or Who's inspired you to be a wrestler before all that?
The first match I ever saw, I was at my tutor's house in Riyadh to teach me math, because I'm very bad at math.
Me too.
And a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And I saw her son watching TV, and it was Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle in an Iron Man match on SmackDown. And I thought, what is this? This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And my brother Talal, he showed me wrestling. He showed me all his tapes. He showed me who I should like, who I should not like, because he's very opinionated. But I never really thought I would be a wrestler. I thought I was too skinny, I was too small, I was Saudi. There was nobody like me on TV. And then when I was 17 years old, I decided I was going to be a wrestler because I saw Daniel Bryan beat John Cena for the WWE Championship, SummerSlam 2013. And I saw my favorite wrestler beat the pinnacle of this business, the top guy, the definition of a top guy, the dynasty. John Cena, the invincible John Cena, was beaten like in an amazing match. And it was just a battle of who wanted it more. And it didn't matter what Daniel Bryan's background was, he wanted it more, and he worked to be the best, to be the greatest wrestler in the world. And I thought that day, I said, you know what? The only person keeping me from being the greatest wrestler in the world is myself. So I'm gonna be the greatest wrestler in the world. I don't care how long it takes, but I'm gonna do it.
Who's your dream opponent?
My dream opponent. Right now in NXT, I really want to wrestle Johnny Gargano. I think that'd be cool. I've wrestled Adam Cole once before and it was really, really fun, but I lost, so I want to wrestle him again. But when I look at the main roster, when I look at guys that I look up to, honestly, one of the best wrestlers in the world right now is Sami Zayn. I want to wrestle Sami Zayn. One of the best wrestlers in the world, Finn Balor. I want to wrestle him. I want to wrestle Seth Rollins. There's a lot of guys I want to wrestle. But, man, there's just guys that I watched as a kid. As a guy in high school, thinking, God, I wish I could be that good one day. And now I'm trying to get close.
What about the game, Triple H?
That's my boss. You know I can't speak about my boss like that. Okay, Triple H has done so much in this business, so much in this company. He's a living legend and an icon. But you know what I respect the most about him more than anything else? Do you know how hard it is having a big nose?
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard. No, yours is nothing compared to mine. Yes, nothing. Look at this. Do you know how hard it is to live with a nose like this? Hunter, I want to have a conversation about that. Because I feel like you could help me. We could relate on a few things. And also, yeah, it'd be cool to wrestle him. But he's my boss, so I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. You know what I mean?
He's your boss, yeah. The last question, or before the last. Your message for the WWE Saudi fans from here, GWS.
I don't really know if I should say this, but I'm going to be completely honest. There are people who think that we shouldn't be here. There are people who think that this is wrong. When I was in the Greatest Royal Rumble, and I saw kids in the crowd while I was in the ring, looking at me the way that I looked at the TV when I was a kid. The only difference was, when I was looking at the TV, it never crossed my mind that I would get to be that person one day. But those kids, they saw me, and they thought I could be that person one day. Because there needs to be representation for boys and girls like that. For men and women too. You don't have to be a kid to want to be a WWE superstar. You know, we have all the time in the world. The more shows WWE does here, the more we're going to get out of it. The more things we're going to see, the more first time ever things. The first time a Saudi ever wrestles in a WWE ring is tomorrow. Who's to say we're not going to see women wrestle? Who's to say we're not going to see Saudi women wrestle? Anything could happen. And I think, honestly, the more shows we have here, the more the Saudis will... People who don't like wrestling are going to start to love it. Because the only thing keeping people from loving wrestling who don't know wrestling is watching it. Once they watch it, they'll understand.
And in WWE, never say never.
That's right. Never say never.
Yeah. The last question, what is your message to us in GWS, the only wrestling show? Let me say it again. The only wrestling show.
My message to you? Yeah? You should get a tryout. I like your promo. You seem pretty confident. Yeah, you could be a commentator.
To be your manager?
Oh,
It
manager.
would be good. Tag team.
Like that. Yeah, and you look spiffy. You look nice. You already got it going down.
We gonna beat them down and prove that we are the best in the world. Yeah.
I agree.
Good.
Yeah, it is
Thank
good.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too.